You ever sit in a room full of people and feel like you're the only one who sees the whole picture? Like everyone else is laughing at a joke, but your brain is already 3 layers deep, analyzing why the joke works, who told it, what they're really trying to say, and whether you should even respond. You check your phone. 47 unread texts. You haven't opened them. Not because you're rude, not because you're too good for people, but because your brain is loud. It's always on. And sometimes, silence is the only thing that makes sense. If that hit you in the chest, stay with me, because what I'm about to show you isn't just a list of smart people habits. It's a mirror. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why you've felt misunderstood your entire life. Welcome to the Unseen Mind. I'm your host, and today we're diving into something that cognitive psychologists have been quietly studying for decades: the behavioral fingerprint of extremely high intelligence. But here's the thing, society has sold us a lie about what genius looks like. Hollywood says it's the loud, arrogant scientist who solves equations in seconds. The truth? The most intelligent people you know are probably the quietest. The ones who question everything. The ones who'd rather observe than speak. The ones who seem weird because their brain processes reality on an entirely different frequency. Cognitive psychology calls this the high IQ behavioral paradox. It's not about how much you know. It's about how your brain processes the world. And it creates 10 specific habits that most people completely misinterpret. Special report alert. I've compiled a full breakdown of the neuroscience behind each of these habits. Studies from the London School of Economics, prefrontal cortex research, and the evolutionary psychology of nocturnal cognition. Link is in the description. Download it. Read it. It'll change how you see yourself. Let's break down what's actually happening in your brain. Point by point. The nerdy stuff, because you deserve to know why you are the way you are. Habit 1. The solitude preference. You don't hate people. Your prefrontal cortex, the command center for reflection, planning, and complex thought, literally requires quiet to function at maximum capacity. Research from the London School of Economics found that high IQ individuals actually report lower satisfaction from frequent social interaction compared to average IQ individuals. Your brain isn't broken. It's optimized for depth, not breadth. Psychological mechanism. When you're alone, your default mode network activates. This is where your most profound insights live. Socializing isn't bad for you, but excessive socializing is cognitive noise. And your brain treats noise like a threat to clarity. Habit 2. Relentless curiosity. Your brain isn't just interested in things. It operates like a pattern detection engine that never shuts off. You don't just see a traffic jam, you see a system failure. You don't just hear someone argue. You hear the logical fallacies, the emotional wounds driving their position, the cultural programming underneath. This isn't annoying. This is your brain's natural search function running 24/7. You're not overthinking. You're processing at a higher resolution than most people are capable of. Habit 3. Self-directed speech. Yeah, you talk to yourself. Out loud. In the car. In the shower. At 2 a.m. when you can't sleep. Studies from the University of Wisconsin show that self-directed speech improves focus by 25%, strengthens working memory, and enhances cognitive control. You're not crazy. You're using your auditory processing system to organize thoughts that are too complex for silent contemplation alone. Your brain is literally talking itself through the maze. Habit 4. Comfort with, I don't know. This is the exact opposite of the Dunning-Kruger effect. You know what that is, right? It's when someone with limited knowledge is so confident they think they're an expert. But you've studied enough to know how vast the unknown is. You say, I don't know, not because you're ignorant, but because you have a profound respect for complexity. This is called intellectual humility, and it's actually one of the strongest predictors of high cognitive ability. The smarter you are, the more aware you become of everything you don't understand. It's beautiful, it's terrifying, and it's why you sometimes feel small in a universe that feels infinite. Habit 5. Overthinking the small stuff. That text you sent 3 hours ago? You're still analyzing whether the tone was right. That casual conversation at work? You're replaying it, detecting micro-expressions you noticed subconsciously. That simple decision about what to eat, your brain is running a cost-benefit analysis on macros, mood impact, energy levels, and long-term health. Here's the truth. Your analytical brain doesn't have an off switch for small things. The same neural networks that solve complex problems are the ones processing your daily interactions. It's not indecision, it's thoroughness. And yes, it can be exhausting. Habit 6. A highly developed sense of humor. You probably laugh at things other people don't get. You see irony in situations that seem normal to everyone else. You make connections between completely unrelated concepts and find them hilarious. There's hard data here. Studies from the University of Vienna found a measurable correlation between higher IQ and advanced humor processing. Why? Because humor requires 3 things: pattern recognition, expectation subversion, and the ability to connect disparate ideas. Sound familiar? That's literally what your brain does all day. Habit 7. Cognitive flexibility. You change your mind when presented with new evidence. Not because you're wishy-washy, not because you lack conviction, but because you treat your beliefs as mental models, tools for understanding reality, not as extensions of your identity. This is called belief updating, and it's one of the rarest cognitive traits in humans. Most people cling to beliefs because abandoning them feels like abandoning themselves. But you can hold a belief lightly, examine it, and let it go if the data demands it. That's not weakness. That's evolutionary adaptability at its finest. Habit 8. Nocturnal mental activity. It's 1 a.m. Everyone you know is asleep, but your brain is just getting started. You're having your deepest thoughts, your most creative breakthroughs, your most profound realizations in the dark. Evolutionary psychologists suggest this isn't an accident. Higher cognitive flexibility allows you to adapt to non-traditional sleep-wake cycles. Your ancestors might have been the night watchers, the ones who kept the tribe safe while others slept. Your nocturnal alertness isn't insomnia. It's inherited vigilance. Habit 9. Observing before speaking. And social situations. You're not quiet. You're gathering data. You're watching micro-expressions. You're analyzing power dynamics. You're detecting emotional frequencies that most people miss entirely. This is pattern recognition applied to human behavior. You speak less because you're processing more. And when you speak, it's calculated, it's precise. It's worth the wait. Habit 10. The persistent search for meaning. You can't just exist. You can't just go to work, come home, watch TV, and sleep. Your brain demands meaning. It demands purpose. It demands that you understand why things are the way they are. This isn't existential crisis. This is existential awareness. You see the complexity of society, the contradictions in human behavior, the fragility of identity, and you can't unsee them. You reflect deeply, quietly, constantly, and sometimes that weight feels unbearable. Now let me ask you something hard. How many times has someone called you too sensitive? How many times have you been told you think too much? How many relationships have faded because you couldn't find anyone who understood the depth at which you experienced the world? Here's the painful truth. Society isn't built for people like you. The world rewards speed over depth, confidence over curiosity, loudness over observation. And when you don't fit that mold, you start to believe there's something wrong with you. You isolate further. You question your worth. You wonder if you'll ever find your people. And the scariest part? If you don't understand these traits as strengths, not flaws, you'll spend your entire life trying to shrink yourself into a box that was never built for your dimensions. The loneliness isn't just social. It's existential. You're carrying a cognitive load that most people can't even imagine. And if you don't learn how to manage it, it will manage you. Burnout, analysis paralysis, social anxiety, depersonalization. These aren't separate issues. They're symptoms of a brain that's running at full capacity without the right maintenance protocol. But here's what no one tells you. You can learn to wield this. You can learn to thrive with a brain that's wired for depth in a world built for speed. Solution 1. Structured solitude. Stop apologizing for needing alone time. Schedule it. Protect it like a meeting with your most important client, because it is. Block 90 minutes daily for zero input time. No phone, no music, no podcasts, just your brain processing at its natural pace. This isn't indulgence. It's cognitive maintenance. Solution 2. Curiosity channels. Your brain needs to analyze, so give it designated playgrounds. Start a private journal where you deconstruct systems you encounter. Traffic patterns, conversation dynamics, media narratives. Give your pattern recognition engine a job, and it stops hijacking your peace. Solution 3. Verbal processing protocol. When you catch yourself in a self-talk spiral, don't shut it down, direct it. Use the 5-question method. What am I actually trying to solve? What emotion is underneath this thought? What's the worst-case scenario? What's one small action? What would I tell a friend in this situation? This transforms aimless rumination into structured problem-solving. Solution 4. Intellectual humility reframe. Stop seeing "I don't know" as a weakness. Start treating it as a superpower statement. Practice saying, "I don't know yet, but here's what I'm considering." This invites collaboration instead of isolation. It turns your depth into a bridge instead of a wall. Solution 5. Decision energy budgeting. Your brain burns glucose at a higher rate during analysis. Stop wasting decision energy on low-stakes choices. Meal prep, wardrobe formulas, default responses. Save your cognitive fuel for the decisions that actually matter. Solution 6. Humor as armor. Lean into your humor. It's not just entertainment, it's a coping mechanism. When you can laugh at the absurdity of existence, you create emotional distance from its weight. Start a dark thoughts, bright laughs journal. Write down the existential observations that only you find funny. They're breadcrumbs back to yourself. Solution 7. Belief update ritual. Once a month, write down 3 beliefs you hold strongly. Then actively seek one piece of evidence that challenges each. This isn't about being open-minded. It's about keeping your mental models sharp and accurate. Think of it as a software update for your worldview. Solution 8. Night owl negotiation. If your brain peaks at night, stop fighting it. But create boundaries. Set a creative window from 10 p.m. to midnight. Use it for deep work, reflection, or art. Then implement a wind-down protocol at 12:30. Blue light filters. Magnesium. A boring book. Your nocturnal gifts don't have to destroy your sleep architecture. Solution 9. Social observation strategy. Before entering social situations, set one observation goal. Today, I'm watching how people use humor to establish hierarchy. This gives your observing brain a purpose. It reduces social anxiety by reframing interaction as data collection. And when you have something worth saying, you'll note. Solution 10. Meaning architecture. Your search for meaning isn't a bug, it's a feature. But unguided, it becomes an existential crisis. Build a personal philosophy document. Write your answers to, what do I believe about human nature? What kind of world am I trying to build? What legacy do I want to leave? Review it monthly. Update it as you grow. This gives your meaning-seeking brain a compass instead of an abyss. Listen to me. The world will never stop telling you that you're too much, too deep, too quiet, too analytical, too weird. But what if I told you that the very traits they misunderstand are the ones that make you indispensable? You see systems they miss. You feel depths they skim. You question assumptions they accept. In a world drowning in surface-level noise, your depth is a lifeline. You don't need to be fixed. You need to be understood. And the first person who needs to understand you is you. Special report reminder, everything we covered today, the neuroscience, the studies, the psychological mechanisms, is documented in the special report I prepared for you. It's linked in the description. Download it, print it, highlight the parts that feel like they were written specifically for you. Because in many ways, if this video felt like someone finally saw you, hit that like button. Not for the algorithm, but because every like is a signal to another person like you that they're not alone. Subscribe to The Unseen Mind if you want to keep decoding the psychology of people who think differently. Hit the notification bell, because the next video, we're diving into why highly intelligent people struggle with relationships and how to build connections that match your depth. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. And the world needs what only you can see. I'll see you in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video.